At home venues in all of the NFL resides in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where we find ourselves at Nissan Stadium. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Mariota. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Throwing, Mariota. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 24 yards. Mariota on first down. And that's going to be incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Mariota. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphreys. Well, they stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Henry. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. A first down carry for Henry. He's got the first down inside the 10. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go! Bucks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Winston and the Bucks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, Get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working out of the gun, Winston. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. 4th down, and the Bucs trot out the former 49er Bradley Pinion to punt it, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. On the return, Jackson. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Titan football. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best. Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Henry. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. On 4th down, here's the AFC Pro Bowl punter the last 2 years. That's Brett Kern to kick it for Tennessee. Back deep is Tavon Austin. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. A reminder, later tonight, Sunday Night Football, we'll see a game in the NFL 100 series, a rematch of the very first AFL-NFL championship game, later, of course, known as Super Bowl I. It pits the Packers against the Chiefs from Arrowhead, and that should be a fun one. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Throwing, Winston. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They begin with Henry. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Touchdown, Titans! Derrick Henry with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Titans get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing on second down. Winston. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
First down, Buccaneers.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Andre Ellington, his first carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 43. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. Room here to run. And they're able to get this way down there inside the Tampa 20. A big pickup of 38.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Credit the sack to Vita Vea.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to draw up something good here on 3rd and 13.
That's what I'm talking about. Not this, 3rd and 13.
From the gun, Mariota. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A 1st down throw for Winston. Over the middle to Evans. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Jameis to throw it. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At the 34-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Jameis again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Evans. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now Winston. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll throw again. Winston. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better. And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun, Mariota. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's brought down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They come out here in the eye. They'll sneak it with Mariota. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Marcus Mariota in the final seconds of the first half. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final play of the half here. Winston looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's got a man, complete. The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Evans once again the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on this.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and it's a 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing is Mariota. Caught right side. It's Lewis.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half.
First and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Winston and the Bucs take over now 1st and 10 at their own 13. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Steps away to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The 305-pound defensive end, Jarrell Casey, gets the sack. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Winston now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Kenny Vaccaro there to get a hand on that one.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To the air again with Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daquan Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle 1st and 10 at their own 37. Mariota hands to Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Walker with a grab inside. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A toss left, Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now Mariota. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Vita Vea able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
On first down, Henry. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Winston. Evans has it left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Jameis now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Winston. He sets up the screen to Jones. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
To throw is Winston. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Winston now. And this will be incomplete. The tight end, Cameron Brate, was the target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
He finds his man. It's Austin. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Quick slant there gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Evans once again the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tavon Austin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Again, it's Winston. Incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. You know, I was going to ask if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one, because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To the right side, complete to Taylor. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay. Put on 4th and 1. Now Mariota on 4th down. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot.
Mike. Ready? Louis.
Winston to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the foot.
And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bucs are now an extra point away from leading this game. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on first down. It's Henry. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeout.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield. Maybe.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. Now Mariota eluding the pressure right. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by M.J. Stewart. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
On first down, Jones. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. So it all rests now on the right foot of the kicker, Matt Gay. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. One last shot now for Mariota. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for the Bucs, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Titans, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.